Hi everyone, my name is Millie and I'm here to do the 555 challenge. I was nominated by Chef Gaetano Ferrucci from Le Gavroche restaurant, and we're getting involved in helping the Only a Pavement Away charity, which specifically targets those from the hospitality industry who have found themselves displaced and homeless, especially during this pandemic. Very kindly, Chef Tom Aiken has collaborated with this charity to also grow the hospitality against homelessness. So we're here today to cook for 5 minutes, donate 5, and then nominate 5 people. So I'm gonna mention who I'm gonna nominate below. I'm gonna cook my dish, I'm gonna donate, and I suggest you guys get on the website and check out this charity as well. And if you can, please donate, it's a very good cause. So we're gonna get started. Okay, so for my 5-minute dish, I'm just going to be doing really simple, some prawns in the pan, really nice fresh prawns with the skins that I've just taken off. And I'm going to do a nice bean puree with some nice beans that I've cooked and soaked with all the delicious things like bay leaves and parsley and garlic and so on. They come in super handy, so I'm going to be using them to make a puree. And then I'm going to add a bit of nduja, flaked almonds, lemon, and just a nice little dish which is hearty, but it's not too heavy. So please excuse my very tiny kitchen setup. I hope you can see everything from there. And I'm gonna start by setting my timer now. So 5 minutes, and we're gonna do the bean puree first. So I'm gonna take some of these beans that I've got here. I'm gonna put them in my little blender, which is super useful. We're gonna add some olive oil, quite a lot of olive oil, just to let it out, and some salt. I'm also going to get my pan on. In the meantime, just turn it up slightly. So I'm going to blitz these beans for a second. It's just going to be loud for 1 second. So we're not looking for a perfect puree, you know, I'm not going to strain this or anything like that. I just want it to taste good. I'm also going to put a little bit of garlic in here and a little bit more of the olive oil, and just give it one last blitz. Right, so now I'm just going to set this aside and I'm going to start with the prawns. So I had these lovely prawns this morning from the market, and all I've done is just basically peeled them. They came with the shells on. I've now got some shells that I can use for something else, and we're just going to take the knife down the back. You can just remove out the little intestinal tract, which we don't want, and then also just open them up slightly in the front so we get that little butterfly effect, and that's going to help them cook a bit quicker as well. Okay, so they're in the pan, they're cooking away. My timer is going, I've still got a little bit of time. In the meantime, I've got some almonds that I've toasted, which are going to be garnished, just some regular toasted almonds. I've got a little bit of nduja, which we'll do in the pan after the prawns, so they don't get covered in all the oil. And then I've also just got some parsley as well, so I'll chop that up now. Just roughly, so it's going to be for garnish. Okay, you can just set that aside and check on the prawns. So the prawns really don't need too long. We just want to get a bit of caramelization on them. And once we've done both of the sides, I'm going to stand them up a little bit so they just get the center of the prawn cooked as well. So they're on the other side right now. In the meantime, I'll just test my puree here. A little bit more olive oil. over to the prawns, and I'm just going to stand them up now for that last little cooking session so they can just get slightly more cooked inside. These aren't the largest prawns, so they are pretty quick to cook, to be honest. Only take like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. But you do want to get a nice bit of color on them, not too much oil in the pan, just a little bit of seasoning, and as I said, if you buy the whole prawns, you get all the shells for stocks and sauces and things as well. So I'll turn the pan down slightly here. They're not too far off, and I've got a couple minutes left on my little timer. So we're going to start to bring things together. So the prawns, I can see they're just turning from opaque to just being cooked. You still want that slightly bit of opaqueness in the center, so they'll still be nice and tender. They're coming out the pan. And I'm just gonna throw in my Nduja to the pan just to give it a second. I really just wanna have all the oils and juices come out the Nduja so we get a bit of color in the dish. Okay. Add a bit of oil to this as well. Nice, so now we have all this like juicy Nduja oil to use. So I'm turning that off, and we're gonna start to plate. So this is a very simple dish. The beans are something I use all the time for lots of different dishes. It's quite a hearty puree. You can make it as loose or as, stiff as you want this puree. And you can flavor it with lots of different things as well. But garlic, oil, these basic things are quite simple and they always taste good, so. Okay, so very simply, I'm just gonna pop my prawns around. I'm gonna put about 5 here. And we're gonna go with a bit of parsley, bit of Nduja, almonds, and finally some lemon zest. Okay, so I always finish with a little bit of olive oil as well. And you can do like extra sea salt or pepper, whatever you want on the end. But that is the finished dish. So that's just my little plate of the bean puree with some lovely pan-fried prawns. We've got parsley, Nduja, flaked almonds, and lemon zest. It's a really simple, quite light plate. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for the nomination, and thank you to Chef Tom Aiken for bringing the word about for this charity. I hope you all get to check it out, and please donate if you can. I'm going to list who I'm going to nominate below, and I'm going to go and donate my money now. So thank you very much.